Hey everybody, today is Memorial Day. I am at the park and I've done some home improvement projects. I haven't finished everything I'd like to finish, and there's a couple things I need to add, and I'll tell you those. First thing I did was I went to Dollar Tree and I found these red bins. They're not as sturdy as the ones you get from IKEA, but they were $1 each. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them and put things in. So I also took the tent that was behind the curtain there, between the window and the curtain wall, took it out and put it in the back under the cot. It's on the very back row and the bins are sitting in front of it. The main reason I did that was it was really protruding out into my sleeping space and I was always hitting it. Made for a very uncomfortable sleep. Second thing I did was I took the yoga mat and that little teeny piece of MDF I had and stuck it under here because my back is hurting because the cot, the cot dips down with weight. What I will be doing is getting a second firm piece of foam to put underneath the current piece of foam. If you recall, I did have two at one time, but one got sopping wet when I spilled something in the van, so I just have the softer one that was on the top, because when it spilled, the firm one was on the bottom, and remember I had no cot at the time. So anyway, I'll replace it when I get paid. Let's see, what else have I changed? I got these carpets from Dollar Tree. And I had several things from Dollar Tree that I needed to return, so that helped a little bit. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. So that was $6, and I got them in the red scheme. However, 2 have tan, but I put them where they wouldn't be seen, which is under the toilet and the very first one back there, so you don't see them. I think I'm going to have to put some duct tape underneath because a few of them, like this one, keep moving. So I figure if I duct tape them, and I still kept my rubber. So I think if I duct tape under them and duct tape 2 and 3 and 4 together, this area is more quote-unquote high traffic because it's where I put my feet, it's where I walk in and out. I had to do a complete almost redo of taking everything out because I spilled a big thing of sweet tea and it went all over the rubber mats, which has prompted this whole remodel as well. I just wanted something a little more cohesive and neat. It didn't look so modge-podge put together. So when I went to Dollar Tree looking for bins, I found the little thin fabric cardboard ones. I will replace these with the sturdier ones from IKEA or some kind of red bin that will fit this same area. I'm able to get 3 on this side and 3 on this side, although I only have 2 on this side, I think. Let's see, I only have 2 on this side. Okay. The other thing that I did was I took the pillow shams. Remember I had mentioned, and I'm not sure if I mentioned it on Facebook or if I mentioned it in a video or both, but I took the pillow shams that went with this duvet cover and I sewed them in half this way and in half that way. So now I have pockets, and I have a big pocket here, and as you can see I have my tennis shoes in this one. This one has nothing in it. Here are the pockets, but it has nothing in this one. So the only thing I realized with putting it on a bungee is, of course, it's not as firm. So I think what I'm going to do is get a dowel rod, and I will take some zip ties and zip tie here and put the dowel through the zip tie as a hanging mechanism. Oh, come on, focus. There we go. I think. Okay, I'll put the zip ties here long enough for the dowel to fit through, and then I'll put another zip tie here for the other dowel to fit through. That way when you put stuff in them, it's firm because it's a dowel, it's wood. This has give to it. And this was the smallest bungee I had that would fit the space. And it's 2. It's 1 bungee here and then another bungee there. But as soon as I put the shoes in it, I saw how it gapped down. I wanted to stay as close to the top like that one does as much as possible. So I had been wanting to do pockets, and I was going to hang the pockets up here, but I decided not to. I decided to put it here in front of the bins, and then I can just slide it out of the way when I want something out of any of the bins and still get to them. So there's that. Let me show you the sink, quasi-sink setup that I built. I already had these blue IKEA bins that I had gotten from a thrift shop a while back, and I was going to put them on this shelf. However, I've decided that what I'm going to get is some 1x2 and put it across this shelf and get rid of all the baskets. I think if I put a 1x2 right here, everything can sit without sliding. So I'll get 3. I don't know what's going on with my focus. Here we go. I'll get 3 1x2s. 1 inch thick by 2 inches. If I can find 1x3, I might do that because I prefer to have it slightly bigger, but still enough room to pull things out, especially from the back area. Because I'm really getting tired of the bins. They do stick out. I want this to be as flush as possible, because I do have the other half of this duvet cover, and I'm thinking of making a curtain here. I like having my stuff visible, but then again I don't. I like the cohesiveness of this fabric and the carpet and all that. So if I could make a curtain there, I think it would just feel better to me as far as neatness. I also plan on taking some of that duvet cover. Remember, that duvet cover was a king size, so I have plenty left. And I'm thinking of Mod Podging or epoxying a piece of that duvet cover on the top of this. And I feel like I want to take it out of the bag. So what I'm thinking is if I Mod Podge some on the top, just the top, not the lip here or anything, but just the very top, it won't look as obvious toilet to me. And then I can get rid of the black and white bag, or if I find a red bag to sit it in, that might bump it up. It's too bad these weren't red, but there is some blue in this cover, so it pops a little bit. Alright, so this is what I did for the sink. I turned this back around the way it's supposed to go, and the spout is here. It's still pretty tricky. It's barely getting in there, but it's better than it was. Now, I had talked to some people in my Facebook group about using one of those restaurant type square pans, and I probably will end up doing this, but because I already had this, I wanted to try it out. Then I could use this as a size guide. Do I want one bigger than this? Do I want one smaller than this? Do I need one deeper than this? So this is going to be my trial one before I go in and invest in a metal one and get it cut and everything. The only thing I have to do is drill the hole in the corner here for this. And the reason I'm going to drill it in the corner is because I made this so it slants just slightly. And so I'm going to drill a hole in the corner. I think I'm going to epoxy a tube, a clear tube in there. It doesn't matter to me if those outer holes, this outer ring of holes has some kind of silicone on them, as long as those middle ones are clear for water to go through. That way when this is sit down in there, because it's too fat for this, I can have a tube that goes from the bottom of this down into 1 gallon gray tank. Or honestly, I would prefer to have a tube go from this directly into a hole that I have here that goes outside. One or the other will happen. I could actually do both and split it. Have one for here when I need to be discreet, and one down there when it's no one around and I can have it run directly there. I don't know, we'll see. And my gear ties, I was using those earlier. So anyway, it's really coming along. I'm just glad that I took away that tent, because remember that tent stuck out almost to right here. It was so fat. And even though I had it high, it pushed all this forward. So now I have much more room, and I slept so much better last night, except for the fact that my back is hurting because this is too soft. So I will definitely, tomorrow when I get paid, I will definitely be going straight to Home Depot and getting a firm mattress, and then taking the yoga mat out because it's really not helping. It helps a bit, but not as much as I'd like. My next thing is to find either a wedge pillow at a thrift shop because I like to sit up and watch videos or TV. And not sure, but I was thinking of maybe putting a little something right here. Don't know if I need it. I don't really use my back window anymore. But I guess I could leave that open in case I do need it open. I tend to not use it. I also think I'm going to put another small dowel rod above this one for the curtain and take this bungee off. Ever since I got this dowel, I'm really impressed with the whole, not being a bungee thing, and the dowels are so much firmer. And there's some things I want to change up. I also want to do a dowel here for these curtains as well, because that gap shows everything, whereas I feel like a dowel, even if it doesn't sit flush up here, it will sit at least another inch or two higher, maybe inch and a half. Anyway, that's all I've got going on. I'm at the park. Of course, people have been walking by while I was drilling all this together, wondering what the heck I was doing, but whatever. It doesn't faze me anymore what people think. I think as you get older, you realize who cares. You're living your dream, and you don't care. So I will do another video once I do all those other little things, and also I'll do a quick video once I actually get this drilled and done and use it. So that might not be for another week or so. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe so you know when the new videos come out. And comment and let me know if you have any ideas. And like this video. And share. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.